Hello and welcome to episode 5 of Sustainable Saturdays. I'm piggybacking this on last Saturday's episode 4, to get it back in closer to actual timeline. That way if someone comes through here looking for a particular thing going on, they're not a week behind. Plus I'm a little ADHD when it comes to that, so I want to line it up. But anyway, I think you'll enjoy what we've got going on. Now let's get to it. Well, it's time to get started on this Friday morning, and this is Sustainable Saturdays, but I am starting Friday. Well, we've got a couple of things on the agenda for today. I'm going to be working with some of this fencing maybe, and first things first though is I'm going to finish off the rabbit cage, the last rabbit cage we've got. I've got the tools and tunes ready, and I'm going to get started on it. Well, I've mostly finished the rabbit pen here. All I've got to do is come back and put a roof on it. I'm going to just do a solid roof on this side, and then I'll make the hinged roof over here on both cages. Solid roof on the ends down here, and I will come back and put another support under here. But it's lunchtime. The new pen is finally completed and ready to go. It's ready for rabbits. I will be transferring them tomorrow. It's getting a little late in the afternoon. I've still got dinner to make, and ready for a few beers maybe this afternoon. But tomorrow I'll get some more hay, grass straw, excuse me, in here, and then get my watering system set up. And I'm just going to use water bottles this time instead of trying to use anything, and then I'm going to work out something here where I can make like actually a food tray that'll fit in there. But other than that, it's done. We let you look at the piggies here. It's always fun to see them. There they are. The little ones are running. I love my little pigs. Yes, you love me too, don't you? Okay, so we're going to see how the greens came out here growing in the coffee grounds. Look at those. Those are really nice looking greens. Wow. And not too much of the coffee on them. In fact, I may be able to reuse this filter. And I think I just came up with a great marketing idea for greens at Buckwheat Farms. Well, we have been provided with an opportunity here to grow. We had a mice attack, wipe out a row of a box full of brassicas there, and there. Some of it was cabbage, some Brussels sprouts, broccoli. Also 2 full boxes of lettuce there were wiped out, but it has presented an opportunity for us. Charlene and I were so excited about the success we had with the bibimbap bowls and the microgreens. You'll have to watch the video on that. That I decided, I was inspired to make something out of this mess that we had from the mice getting in here. One of the things I like about clay tonics is that the roots are easy to pull from it. So it inspired me to do something with some of these milk cartons that I have. Milk bottle, what are these called? Plastic containers, whatever they're called. And I take a nail, heat it up, make me about 9 or so holes in the bottom so it can drain. And then take a utility knife, cut it in half. And then you'll see what I've done here is I've got one already done. I took the clay tonics and put them in the bottom here. And I'll leave some of this root material, it won't matter. It'll eventually break down. And then I've taken the top half, and inside of it, and here's my secret ingredient here, are the coffee grinds and a coffee filter. And you can see I pushed those down into the hole there. And what I'll do is I'll just plant my seeds in here. My seeds won't need any more soil, any additional water. All the roots will come down into this bottom area here. And in the summer, well, I've also added, I forgot to mention, one of these in there as well. One of these, I had a little packs of these. I've cut them apart. these little seeding trays, and I'll use that as well. I'll give it just some substantial, something a little supportive in there to keep everything from falling through. And then eventually, like I said, the plan is in the spring I'll be able to lift the entire thing out and take the plant out easily and transplant them. So we're gonna pot up a bunch of seedlings here and see how it goes. Well, I got the first 6 done. I've got 3 that are planted with Brussels sprout seeds here, and then 3 that are planted with broccoli seeds here. I'll put those in the crate here and put it back in the water. I've got 6 more that I'll be doing. I'm going to decide what seeds I'll sow, and I'll show you what it all looks like when I get done. So I've also used these keeper bottles and made them into planters, and I've planted 4 cuttings actually from my plum plants. These I planted without the coffee filters, these 2, and I've got 2 in that far basket over there that have with coffee filters in it. I want to see if there's a difference. And then finally, speaking of the coffee filters, these are the filters left over from the first batch of greens, and I'm going to soak some alfalfa bean seeds, excuse me, tonight, and sow these again and see if they will grow back, and see if I can get a couple of growths out of each batch of coffee grinds. I'll make another video later on showing you how I take my plum cuttings, and also when I do the apple cuttings, I'm going to take some cuttings from mulberry trees later on and get those planted, and I believe that's it. Oh, and the crepe myrtles. I'm going to be planting some crepe myrtles from cuttings as well. Now it's lunchtime, and after lunch I'll sow some fodder plants and forage plants for my animals and some cover crops, things like that. But that'll do it for this week's episode. It strung out a little over 2 days, but that was the way things worked out. Really enjoyed spending time with CJ and Tatiana yesterday. They came over and were checking out the farm, are real enthusiastic about sustainable permaculture. And it was really good for me too, because it lit a little more fire into me. So until next week, this is Sustainable Saturdays. Hope you enjoy it. Namaste.